So I have start the podcast.
All right. Damn, I forgot the intro.
You about to say "welp"?
Yeah, I was. I was. I really was. Yo.
You saw him go.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh
son.
Jesus Christ. I hate
Yeah,
y'all.
what I say?
Uh,
Hey, what's up? It's Peter Rosenberg, ESPN, WWE, Hot 97, all that stuff. I'm live from New York City right now. I'm hanging with Bear the Dog, and you're not listening to the worst podcast, but at the same time, it's not the best podcast. No, literally, you're listening to not the best podcast. All right? Talking about real life issues, real life things, real talk, real people. All right? Not the best podcast. I'm Peter Rosenberg. Peace.
welcome to the podcast. It's not the best podcast, but the expectations in the name, so you can't say we didn't warn you. Alongside Naldo, alongside Ridge. It's me, the DIZ.
What's good, fellas?
Was good.
What's up,
Feel
everyone?
like we ain't speaking in a long time.
It has been a long time. It's
And
been a minute.
I had people hitting me up talking about like, "Yo, son, when's the next episode?" You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. It's been a little while.
You know,
Yes.
but we here, we made it.
How you guys doing?
I mean, a lot's been going on, man. You know,
Yeah.
like professionally, personally,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
for all of us.
yeah.
Things
yeah.
we can share, things we can't.
Right.
But, you know,
Facts. But we out here though, man.
We
yeah.
are.
A day at a time. That's all we can do, right?
And be thankful about it, man. You know, we lost a great
Right.
one this week, so you gotta be
Yeah.
be thankful about it.
That's true, man. It's so true.
Before we even hop into that, man, you guys
yeah.
want to do any not the best?
So we've been potty training or trying to potty train Addie, which has been it's had its ups and downs. She has this thing where she really like she'll get mesmerized by the tablet
Mm-hmm.
and you can't even talk to her. Like you'll talk to her, you be yelling at her, screaming at her, and she doesn't hear you, doesn't see you, know nothing.
What?
And you know, so she, you know, she's been doing good with the whole potty training thing until she's on the tablet, and then it's like everything's just out of the window because she's just mesmerized by whatever's happening on the tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so I'll be like, Addie, why did you pee in your pull-up? And she was like, because I peed in my pull-up. And I'm like, no, but that's not a reason. I need to know why you peed in your pull-up. Can you tell me why you peed in your pull-up? Because I peed in my pull-up.
Kabuzz.
Buzz.
Buzz. Yeah, so
Like gibberish.
it is, and she
so
does it on
funny.
purpose too. So because she can say because,
Mhm.
but she wants to be like cute and you know make it seem like
That's crazy that she already knows how to manipulate the cuteness.
oh she's super manipulative. She's been manipulative from birth. So yeah.
Whose side do you think she got it from?
It's funny you say that because we have that conversation all the time, and you know, and granted, Jessica's not really like that,
Right.
and I don't think I'm like that,
Right.
but you know, when we start looking at like our families, I think it's probably on her side. But
Cut that out.
nope, let's go in there.
Let's go in there.
That stays.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Oh, I'm about to start saying kabuzz though.
Yeah, Kabuzz is a cute ass thing. I don't know if it's gonna fly when you're 36. So you're like,
Yeah.
Kabuzz.
Someone might slap you.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Yo, okay, so I got a not the best thing, but it was pretty great to me, man. I finally was able to professionally get my hair retwisted, son.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh, bro. Like a long time coming. Like it don't look like much now. I gotta shape up and all that, but it's been a week. So you know, these beards be coming in real, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Son.
This has been weeks. he said it's been weeks since he got his beard shaved.
For those of y'all who don't know, I can't really connect on this side. So when Naldo and Deuce over here, when they grow their hair, it's like, you know, it takes literally 3 days. It takes me weeks on end just to get this little
It takes me weeks too,
This
but
is
at least
9
mine
days
feels
of
in.
beard right here.
He said this is 9 days of beer. Anyway, forget y'all. So
You went to salon, Reg?
I went to a salon, bro.
I have a story to follow up for that.
Copy.
No, go ahead, finish.
Shout out to Ice out in South Orange. That's her name, man. She messed around and gave me this.
Oh, you was in the hood, man?
I was in the hood, man. Across the street of Cedar Hall. You know what I'm talking about?
Hit me,
you know what I mean? Right next door to Club Q. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
So I went over there
by the Zoes.
by the Zoes. Yeah. That's that Zoe.
Yeah.
The
barbershop.
That's where I got my hair done at Zoe's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Ice at Zoe's, she did my hair or whatever, and bruh, like bang up, like I was nervous, especially with the whole COVID thing. I ain't get my vaccination yet, but you know what I'm saying, I'm in there though. And then what happened was I go in there, man, clean operation, everybody's socially distanced, bruh. Like, masks was on, like I really didn't have to move. She did everything from like the chair that I was sitting in, like, and it was quick, fast, and in a hurry, bro. So it was just like, so I got my hair washed, twisted, styled, and the shape up from the same chair. Didn't move.
Nice.
Bruh, like, worth every penny. Ice was cool as hell, man. She held me down. Really good people over there at Zoe's, bruh. So
did they bring you snacks?
Shout out to them, bro. Huh?
Did they bring you snacks?
No. I brought my own snacks. Because usually it takes like 6 hours for me to get my hair done. I was out of there in 3.5, bro.
Especially being in the same chair.
What? Nah, son. I had Gatorade and little, doodads on deck. So I was feeling good, man.
Yeah, that's where we grew up getting our hair cut at, man. It used to be more than perfect.
Ahead of our time?
Ahead of our time, yeah.
I messed around, asked her, I was like, yo, so how long this been here? She's like 30, 40 years. Yep. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Since I was in middle school.
I was like, dang, man, because I used to go the opposite way to get my hair cut.
Actually,
I go y'all way.
Actually, after I stopped going to that barbershop, I didn't go to another barbershop for many years. And then Guy started cutting my hair.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to Zoe's, bro. And Ice out of Zoe's, man. Like, I'm definitely going back 100%. Yeah. Yesterday
I got my hair cut too, right? So my thing is, so actually I went to a barbershop. I'm very particular with barbers, right? Like my barber that I was seeing prior to COVID, I was literally driving like 50 minutes to go see him. He was 40 miles away down in
it's a real deal. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like yesterday there's a new barbershop that opened around the corner from me called 718. I was like, oh, maybe they might have like a good barber. Like 718 is the Brooklyn area code. So I walk in there, it's a whole barber lounge. Like this, first of all, there's probably like 30 barbers in there cutting hair.
Oh.
And then they have liquor. Yes, there's like a bar and snacks, and it was very overwhelming. So I sat in there, kind of surveyed the scene and like was observing the barbers and see which one I'd probably pick and go to. After like 20 minutes of sitting in there, I got up and walked out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do this myself.
He said he was overwhelmed.
It is.
It was too much information.
It's a little bit anxiety provoking to walk in there and you see like all these barbers just sitting around, and you don't know, like, do I go to this barber and just ask him how many more? Do I go to this barber and ask him how many more? What if he's not even that good and someone is like, yo, why you pick him for and not me? Like, it's a hard decision, man. If you don't have someone who could go in there and make a recommendation, especially I think at a shop like that where it's just so many barbers, and they probably just like hire people just because you have your barber's license. I mean, I don't think it makes you a good barber.
Oh no.
No,
it's like people have driver's licenses.
Yeah,
you're right. It was like
and everyone in there who's getting their haircut was Latino. So like, I'm like, black people here and Latino here, you cut different. So I was like, I don't even know if I really trust these guys to do my hair. So I left, man. I did it myself. I had Carmen cut my hair with scissors first, and then I took it down with the brush cut with the clippers. It was a lot of hair.
Get a close up, yo. Bring your noggin to the camera real fast.
I got you right now.
Ooh, oh, your 7 is good. I mean, it goes 7 to 2. Like, you feel me?
I know how 2 is. I tried to blend out. Let's not talk about this anymore. I don't want to show too much. There's a whole back and a whole top of the head.
Somebody that views our joint is a barber. That was like, ugh. Like, that look good though, man. It look good.
Wait till I get the kufi to cover everything up.
Oh man, you reach a different age where you start blending the kufi into your style now. Like,
yeah.
They got a kufi for every outfit.
Every outfit. The mint green kufi.
Mint green.
That's for Sundays.
The Easter kufi.
You got an Easter kufi. It just looked like a colored egg. That's crazy.
Yo, did you guys figure the Easter, man? Did you guys see the Isley brothers
Bruh,
with the fire joint?
Definitely caught it. Definitely caught it.
Yo,
definitely caught it.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yo, like, Ron Isley, bro.
Man, something like a pimp.
Something like you mean
something like
take that part out, man.
Pimp. Something like a pimp.
Pimp. That's it. Yeah. It's not something like the dude is the epitome of it, bro.
Yo, and I'm a huge Isley Brothers fan. You know, so I didn't think Earth with the Fire stood a chance, honestly. But
yo, they was toe to toe.
I don't even know if they was toe to toe.
I do.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Because the thing is, like, somebody made a playlist on Spotify, and so I'm going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, Isley Brothers got this. Because the thing is, it's not only you know, the Isley Brothers songs, but it's also the ones that they've written, right? Yeah. And I'm like, damn, like, yo, Ron Isley and Ernie. Yo, let me tell you something about Ernie on the guitar, boy.
Yo, bro,
Ernie Isley on the guitar,
ripping that thing up
is a bad boy, yo, bad boy. Yes. But you know, but then when they play it, when they play the song like in the verses, it's just like, oh God,
yo, son. And then just having Ron Isley, yo, just on the microphone. And son, let me tell you, did you see it, Naldo?
No, I didn't see it. I heard the recap of it.
It started off so docile, like everybody was sitting there, like, you know, this and that. By the third, fourth song, Ron Isley, he was holding the cane, not even using it, just was swinging around while he was getting his. He was ripping that, and then Ern was on the guitar.
Yo.
It's like Ern didn't want to sit down. He was playing the guitar so good.
Yeah, he's bad.
On the Earth, Wind, and Fire side, though, my man Verdine was showing out with the fit.
Yeah, it's a good. Ooh.
I gotta go see this now.
And the thing is, I can't watch Verzuz like when Verzuz is on. I have to watch Verzuz like afterwards. Like I gotta hear the Hot 97 recap and then go back and watch it. Like I can't just watch it live because it just doesn't have the same effect to me. I need to really sit down and like
know what you're about to appreciate.
Yeah, I gotta sit down and marinate with it.
Yeah.
I gotta sit down and marinate with it. Like I can't sit like watch all the comments that are going back and forth, and you know.
I think that's the best part for me. Me and wifey watched the whole thing, man. Tony Baker had me screaming.
Yeah, Tony Baker.
Like, they had me dying. Like, you know, a lot of artists that sample from both of them were out there, you know, showing praise, and it was good to see, man. Give them flowers while they still alive. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But the other part is that, yo, man, Verdine's lace front, or then was a lace front, man. That was probably a sew-in, yo.
Yeah, it was definitely a sew-in, bro.
He had a sew-in on, and he was like shining with the yellow and the pink. He looked like an Easter egg, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go watch this now. I gotta go watch it.
Yeah. It was so good.
It felt good, bro.
Yeah.
But Ron Isley after that shit, son.
Steve Harvey kind of ruined it though, but
all his stories,
So you can't have a story for every. You can't have a 30-minute story for every song, Steve.
That's what happens when you host too much. You be hosting everything. You just want to talk.
Like, like you think you're just the ambassador of like Black experience. Like you just gotta let everybody know every experience you ever had in life and think everybody's gonna relate. Shut your ass up, Steve. Play the song.
Back in 1972,
I was walking to the store. I paid $3.99 for the album.
He said, no. It was $3.74.
That's what birthed Steve.
413 with text.
That's what birthed Steve Hightower.
Yeah, you're right. That's what birthed Steve Hightower.
Yo, son.
You got to remember, Ron Isley was in the high tops too.
Yeah.
So,
son, Ron Isley came through with the black top with the white
veneers beard. And the white veneers.
And the white veneers. He was shining.
Yo, he had new teeth and all that.
Him and Ern had matching outfits, but they was different.
Yeah, Ern had the do-rag on.
Yeah.
It's really cool what Verzuz has been able to bring to us.
Yeah, like, for sure.
These legends to come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like people
this
you
one
wouldn't
was different.
People you wouldn't have ever like seen, like expect to see performing, you know what I mean? Again. Not even again, but for us, you know, like I would never like pay to go to like see old ass Ron Isley. You know what I mean? Or like they were Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like I'm not gonna go pay to go see them. But to have them on Verzuz, yeah, it's just cool to be able to experience that and to be able to that they get their flowers, you know, and like people go and celebrate and watch it.
And it also opens up like their catalog to a whole new generation, right? Like I go back, like I've been listening to Isley Brothers all week. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point my wife is just like wants to
Had
throw up.
enough, right? Yeah.
She's had enough. But man, listen, Footsteps in the Dark.
Oh my God, yo. In the dark. He was killing that shit.
with the Ice Cube Today Is a Good Day beat.
Yes.
Oh
bro,
man.
yes.
Son.
And that's the
Oh,
thing too.
God.
A lot of people did not know that these samples came from these fellas, bro.
Yeah. And that's why I thought the Isley brothers were really gonna come through and kill it, because so many of their songs were sampled in so much hip hop stuff that people were gonna hear and just be like, oh, like all the Biggie stuff, all the Ice Cube stuff, all the West Coast stuff, like all that stuff, man, is all taken from the Isley brothers, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A lot of R. Kelly stuff that they didn't really play, but
good.
Yeah, they did play Contagious though.
You gotta protect the brand, so
that's one song you play because everyone knows the words.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's Isley brothers, man. I love the Isley brothers, man. Earth, Wind and Fire is cool too. I mean, they definitely won the verses. They definitely won the verses,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but it's like the Isley brothers like really hit home for me, like because it's so integrated into hip hop, and even a little bit of Earth, Wind and Fire stuff too. But the Isley brothers, man, it's just like
yeah. It was magic, bro. No lie. It was good. You got to check it out, though.
Man, we lost a former participant in the Verzuz, man. DMX, a legend, a great.
Yeah,
X, bro.
Oh man,
I mean, that was somebody else who I think Verzuz kind of like, regenerated a career. Like, everyone was back on DMX after he performed with Snoop.
He was doing interviews all over the place, man. Like he was re-relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, And damn son, we lost hard, bro. We lost so hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's I feel like that generation of music, like is that 90 95 to 2000, like that was like an era, man, that would never happen again. You know what I mean? You had like you had like it was like an era where you had like a lot of underground rappers that were getting to the mainstream, like a lot of people who were like, coming up that were like really grinding. That's when, Jay-Z kind of took off. You had your DMXs, you had your Big Puns, you had, Noriega that was on the underground scene for a long time that came out and got to the mainstream. And I feel like, when people really talk about the golden era of hip hop, they usually refer to the early 90s, late 80s, but I feel like something needs to really be said for that 5-year span where hip hop was just taken to a whole nother level, especially on the mainstream level.
There was definitely a transition.
It was a bigger after the death, I think, of Pac and Biggie. You know what I mean? Like those two icons, like it gave birth to so many new artists that were able to come out and kind of impact the music industry in such a crazy way, man. Like it impacted like culture, basically. You know what I mean? Like, and also I think it was a time where rappers were starting to get like real money. So like they were gonna be unapologetically like black, unapologetically hood, unapologetically like who they are with money. So with that, I think it just offered like a breed of like authentic artists. And like,
I really feel as though what you just said there kind of embodied who DMX was, man.
Yep.
Like,
I was just gonna say that.
Unapologetically him.
And authentic.
And authentic. Bro. Like I remember my first encounter with DMX. I was at the crib in my mom's room doing my homework, watching TV, The Box. Y'all remember that? And then Get At Me Dog came on, the video. Bruh, you want to talk about like kick me in my face type shit, bro? So then, like, you go on, right? You know what I'm saying? You go on, you know what I'm saying? I end up, copping the album down on Main Street. There was a record shop that was down there where you could buy your club tapes too. Went over there, copped the DMX joint, bro. And remember this man praying on the album, son. And I was just like, yo, like, you got Get At Me Dog and a prayer on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're all in the same album, son. Like, the dude was literally, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying, he had a scarred life, like, you dig what I'm saying. But you could see all that shit in his work, bro. And was just playing different, fam. Different than anything I had ever seen, yo. And I like vividly remember that video when it first came out.
Can I tell you my first DMX experience, yo? So 8th grade, it was the end of 7th grade. I just came back from Haiti, right? South Orange Middle School, walking down South Orange Ave. And then like there's a gang of kids walking down South Orange. Everyone's going to school. But the 8th graders, there's one 8th grader, Justin Bowles. He had a boombox with him every morning. In his boombox, we were walking down South Orange Ave. He would be blasting DMX's album. And it's literally probably like 30 kids just walking down, 30 middle schoolers walking down South Orange Ave, just thinking we were so cool because DMX was like, that was our morning praises. That was
that's how you got the day going.
That's how we got Get At Me, dog.
Get At Me, dog.
Yeah,
what must I go through to show you this shit is real?
Yeah. Listen, I was just gonna quote that same line. Man. So my first DMX experience. So in middle school, 7th grade, I was a huge Cannabis fan. And huge Cannabis fan. So, and DMX and Cannabis, neither of them had albums out at the time. But there was a mixtape called DMX Verzuz Cannabis.
Yes.
And that mixtape. So I got the mixtape. Actually, I stole it from my cousin Damien.
Your cousin Damien?
Yeah, I stole it from my cousin Damien. But
well, we're a lot alike. You go friend.
Yeah. And I stole it, for Cannabis, you know what I mean? Because that was my favorite rapper at the time, even though he was still underground. And Get At Me, dog, came on the mixtape. And I'm like, what must I go through to show you shit is real? And I don't really never give a fuck how niggas feel. But I still. Because I want to, because I have to. Don't make me show you what the back do. And it's like, oh man, like this is different. Like, granted, like Cannabis was very lyrical and all that stuff. And like, at that time, like we really like focused on lyrics. But it's like, this DMX thing is like something that we've never even heard of. Like,
right, man.
Like it's nothing that we've never. It's like completely unique to anything that we could have ever experienced. And then from there, it was just like the album came out maybe a couple months later, and it's like I listen to that shit every day. And then the next album came out like 8-10 months later. And if you go, I don't know if you guys have seen the Rough Riders documentary on BET, but I mean, to get an understanding of like that era and like what Rough Riders was and the genius of their marketing, which all obviously began with DMX, and like how they even grew the Rough Riders brand. But a lot of it is obviously DMX focused because he was the focal point of the record company. Man, it was just so interesting, man. So interesting. And I recommend this to anybody who's like not even just a DMX fan, just a rap fan. Because it really chronicles how like they would have to go find DMX to take them places like the owners of Rough Riders, DIY. Like they would have to go like knock on random doors and windows, like the places they thought he would be, because I don't think they had cell phones back then either.
Right.
So like this dude is like really in the streets, and it's like like they had to go like go find him when they needed to do shit. So it was
corral him in.
Yeah, you had to corral him in because like he was really in the streets, and he was like, this shit's not making money. Like I got it. And he wasn't like a drug dealer. That's the thing. Like DMX was never a drug dealer.
Stick up.
Yeah, like he's robbing the drug dealers. Like he was the Robin Hood of the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was his MO. And he wouldn't rob people with a gun. Like, he'd rob people with his dog. Like people like you were saying, like dudes in the street, like the hustlers in the street was like, I'd rather be shot than have DMX. Like you watched The Wire, like DMX was like the Omar of Yonkers. Like like Omar would go around and he would like jack all the drug dealers, just take their drugs and take their money, and everybody knew who Omar was in the street. That shit was probably
based loosely on DMX.
Got it.
I remember Locks watching something with the Locks where they were recounting. They all grew up in the same neighborhood, I guess. And DMX used to go visit. Like his grandmother stayed down the street, I guess, from Jada and Styles and them. And they would just recounting stories of like when DMX was like a kid. Like he'd come around, it was like the same DMX that was a grown man. Like, DMX was like 15 years old. It's like the same person coming around, like, want to get this album, and like still trying to hustle and like talk the same way. And it's like, man. This kid is wild. Like, there's like people be like, don't hang out with DMX. Like, don't hang out with him when he comes around.
Don't hang out with Earl.
Don't hang out with Earl.
Don't hang out with Earl. Yo, son, speaking of which, not get off time for 2 seconds. Yo, the Locks have incredible stories, bro.
Oh yeah,
They have their
I
story
listen to
with
the
Mike
podcast,
Tyson
man.
is probably the greatest story of all time. Like,
Yes.
yo, we might have to poke Mike up.
They do have
He was
great
getting
stories.
kind of aggressive with Eve. We might have to poke Mike up. Like, he's like, we gonna send Sheik in first, though. You know what I'm saying?
It was a great story.
It was a great story, yo. But I could not imagine DMX at 15, son.
No.
I could not imagine Earl at 15.
Yeah, man.
Scary.
Boomer was probably still a pup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill, bro.
Gotta watch the documentary, man. It's really good.
Damn, son. DMX, man. Not just like, musically, yo. Like, movie wise, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his career definitely was, he had an interview with Nori. It's crazy that you mentioned him earlier, dudes, right? On Drink Champs. And I saw a snippet of him when he was just like, yo, son, like, honestly, yo, my life could be, I could die right here, right now. They was like, yo, don't say that shit, man. Don't say that. He was like, no. Listen to me, bro. Like, I've had a really, really good life. Like, you dig what I'm saying? And like, yes, he's gone too soon, like incredibly too soon. 50 years old, bro. He did have a good life, man. But like, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though like after the Verzuz thing and him like, like the resurgence and stuff, I think there could have been so much more, bro. Like so much more, man.
There could have been so much more, but I'm happy we got to see that though. I'm happy COVID reintroduced DMX to us for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like through the Verzuz, just seeing him like live on like social media and stuff. Him being featured even on that Lock song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was.
I heard the video was crazy for that.
Video was crazy. It was like another Rough Riders anthem. Get at me, dog. It was a mixture of Rough Riders anthem. Get at me, dog.
Okay,
like,
I gotta check that shit out,
but
man.
it was just cool that 2020 was able to kind of give us a little bit more DMX, man. And you know what? For someone when you can live like unapologetically, authentically, and be you, and then be successful at it, like what else do you really want? So
it's the dream, man.
I really feel him on that. Like, yo, he was happy. You could see how happy he was, man. Like, he just didn't care. Like, he was just content where he was, what he'd done. And his faith was always strong. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's another thing. Just him having that faith and knowing, like, yo, he did it. He did what he needed to do with his time here.
Yeah, it was almost divine, bro. The way that the timeline was set up with him doing the verses and regaining relevance, and then like his pretty much untimely death, man. It was like you said, and all of them, man. Like it brought back memories of like my first time seeing him, or like how his music made you feel, or like just bumping his shit before a game, just knowing that it was gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? Like little things like that, bro. Like and that's why I remember when it was all said and done, I remember a dude sent us the text, and he was just like, yo, man, like this shit really got me bugging, yo. And I was just like, yo, son, like me too. Like that was a big part of like being our age, like our hip hop like repertoire, son. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think the big thing also was that the fact that he also brought in his faith and prayed into it. You know what I mean? Like as kids, it's not something when you're in like when you're an adolescent, you're in high school, like your faith in, for me at least, your faith in God or your faith in whatever wasn't something that you carried and was proud of. You know what I mean? Like people probably be like, oh, make fun of you a little bit, or whatever. But the fact that he was able to be like so gutter and then still like show his faith and then still talk about like the pain and emotion and stuff like that is something, I think that's why it resonates with us so much, because he was just so real. And like even in his raps, it's not like his raps were so easy to understand because he said exactly what it is that he wanted to. There was no like subliminals or like metaphors, nothing like that. No, like it was just DMX rapping and telling you exactly how he was feeling.
It's funny, yo. Did you say no subliminals, right? Because you know how like with rap now, or even like rap historically, people never say the name of the dude they're dissing. I just remember in Get At Me, Dog, when he was like, that K-Solo can suck my dick.
It's like, oh, he got beef with him.
Like, oh yeah. Like, yo. Oh man. Like,
right, dog. Okay.
Who was it? Who was he? I thought he said K-Slay.
Nah, K-Solo. It was a rapper named K-Solo.
Man, Yeah, that was harsh.
Like I didn't even know who K Solo was before DMX told him to fellatio.
It's like, yo, he put his whole face in there when he said that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh man, you got to watch the Rough Riders documentary.
It's
man.
happening. It's happening.
I remember this one part where Irv Gotti was like, yo, like when he got to like the it might be the third album, and like he felt like he wasn't getting the DMX that he wanted to get. He would just be like, yo, dog, like I'm about to scrap the song, like, yo, like this shit is weak, like we can't put this shit out. And he said DMX would get so angry get so angry and go back in the booth, like, and that's how like Irv Gotti would get like what he wanted out of him, and that's why he sounds so angry in the booth, because he would just piss him off to the point, and he would be rapping at Irv Gotti like, yeah. Oh man,
you don't want to push too hard, man, because you know what I mean. You don't want to let his dogs off on you, like for real. So earlier, a couple of days ago, Deuce put up that the thing on our stories. The survey on our stories about what your favorite DMX song was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I had no idea. Like I thought that was the only one that would have put that up there.
Mm-hmm.
That Crime Story was my favorite song, right? And then later on, all those things like, yo, Red, yo, we like the same song. Like our favorite song from DMX is the same shit, bro. Like obviously people gonna put "Get At Me, Dog." You know what I'm saying?
Being greedy.
Stop being greedy.
Rough
like
Riders
any
Anthem,
other
Party Up,
Catholics, any other classics, right? But Crime Story to me was just like he walked you through like, you know, some grimy ass shit that
it was
like
a trailer for a movie.
It was a trailer for a movie,
and it was the movie at the same time.
When he flipped and then did the girl
shorty voice.
That to me was like, and I'm not dressed, and the guy
it's just me here, and I'm not dressed.
That guy says kind of dangerous. Hope you're making the rest. That was a close one. I was like, yo, son. Like, yo, the dude was like brilliant, and like to know those point, bro, like so plain, so blatant. His boy was like, fuck you done did. He ran up in my crib, nigga, patting down my kids, and the ex hung up on him.
Yo, I had to go back and listen to the song, man. Like after y'all posted it.
Incredible.
It's a great song, bro.
It's such a good song, son. And like, you know, like you could. Just the other day, I ran through like his first album, right?
Bro,
there's no reason to skip a song.
Not single one, yo.
There's no
first two albums.
Even the first two albums, there's no reason to skip a song, bro. Like you don't have to. And like anybody, you could pick any song from that shit to be your favorite, bro. But Crime Story to me, just like it just, yo, man, he put so much creativity. It wasn't just him like wailing out, you know, spitting rhymes, yelling at the mic and shit. Yelling at Irv Gotti or whatever in the booth. It was this motherfucker like, yo, son, like this shit potentially happen.
probably what catapulted his career as an actor.
Right.
He's like, yo, this guy's a good storyteller.
He's a great storyteller, man, and passionate too, son. I loved it.
Yeah, when X gonna give it to him in the beginning where he's like, "You would not take this from me, baby." That's him yelling at Irv Gotti.
Yes. Is it really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I love that. Or in 24 Hours to Live.
Oh, listen.
When he kicked the door down on his verse, 24 left until my death.
I know.
It's a lot of lives when I'm gonna cherish every breath. What? Son, yo, so many lines, bro.
Yo, so 24 Hours to Live, right? It's kind of off topic, kind of on topic, but off topic. But I think that's probably the most underrated hip hop collaboration of all time.
100%.
Right? Yeah. Who do you think had the best verse on 24 Hours to Live?
Oh man, bro.
Jada was ripping it. Hold on, I gotta think too.
Yo, but you know what? Styles P said, yo,
man. Styles P.
Yo,
for me, it's Styles for me. No, that was
Jada.
Oh, that was Jada. Okay, eat some fried chicken, drink some Nantucket. Right.
No, Styles P. I remember because I think when I heard the song much recently, because before that I was always just like Jada because of that Nantucket.
Right. Yeah.
I heard Styles P. like probably like a couple weeks or last couple months. I'm like, man, Styles P. might have had. Best verse on that thing.
He did.
Styles P. And I gotta revisit, man.
Well, we can pause it right here. Hold on.
from that,
Oh man.
I kind of feel like from my opinion, I feel like X might have been. I just feel like the energy from like when I heard his voice, bro, like when I heard his voice, like and not like matching the energy with the verse too, though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm gonna put Styles up under X, and then up under Styles is gonna be Jada, and then the rest can fall as they may.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm still going Styles number one though, but it's just the energy, man, that X brought to the track.
But it's just that when you he was last, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
he got to be last.
He got to be last.
Like I don't
know that.
I don't know any song outside of 4, 3, 2, 1 where DMX is not last.
Yeah, he has to be last.
Was he last on Buddy Power Respect?
I don't know. But
he was. This is a beat that I can freak. Just drop the rail. Bless a nigga with the L. Y'all niggas know my skills. Yeah, he was.
He had to go last.
Yeah. I don't even know. See, you know what happened on 4, 3, 2, 1 though. Like I felt like LL Cool J just had too much of an ego to let DMX go last, but he should have. Actually, to be honest with you, I think Cannabis probably had the best verse on it, but I heard that LL Cool J went back and changed his verse after he heard Cannabis' verse.
Wouldn't you have to?
Well, I mean,
could it be under Cannabis and DMX on your own track?
No, you couldn't be trash on your own track.
Yeah, but he trashed Cannabis on the track.
I know he did.
That was whack.
That was backhanded. That was very backhanded.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like I would change my verse because like you know what I'm saying, like I came on some licking lips soft shit and these two niggas like came through and beat the booth up. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you're gonna have to change your verse. He ain't had to come at Cannabis, but
he really didn't have to.
You know what I'm saying? But that record though was fire, bro. Red Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
the video too.
4, 3, 2, 1. The video was very fire.
The video was very fire.
Yeah. But damn, back when videos was videos, right?
I couldn't even tell you last time I watched a music video, man. They still make music videos?
They do make music videos. They do make music videos. The next video that I already played myself on watch was the one that X had with the locks that just popped up.
You know what's funny about DMX videos though? Like there's like no DMX videos that probably cost money.
No.
Like every DMX video is or in a warehouse where,
it's a homemade video.
Yeah.
With a camcorder.
It's crazy. The only DMX video that I think probably cost money was
Stop,
Drop, and Roll.
Drop.
Because they had to get the buses.
They had to get the buses.
They had to get the school.
Right.
Oh, the Rough Riders Anthem? Nah. I mean, that probably cost money. I'm talking about like real money, like when they had like a video budget where like, you know how party up. Yeah.
You just ain't no CGI in DMX videos, bro. Like,
it's not even. I don't even think
whoever
it's
was there gonna be in the video. Like,
there's no editing in his videos. It's just shot raw.
Nah. They will say a verse in one spot, like cut. Hey, yo, let's do it again. This next verse, standing on this bus.
Oh man, like you see the video where him and his daughter was on the slingshot?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but somebody reposted it, obviously. And it's like, it's okay, baby. Daddy's right here. Daddy's right here, baby. Daddy's right here.
I was like, oh shit, that's hot.
It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's like he's trying to like comfort her, but nigga like, he's screaming at me though. It's not comforting, daddy.
Yo, son. First of all, I don't know why that small child was on the slingshot. Anyway,
Word. But, she was way too small to be on a slingshot.
Way too little. Like she looked like she could have slipped right through that little holster.
He probably paid her.
Yeah.
It's DMX. Like
it's DMX. What you
like,
do? My baby's riding with me.
R.I.P. to the Dawgs, man.
R.I.P. to the Dawgs.
All dogs go to heaven.
Damn, dog.
Never be
He's gonna be reunited with Boomer, bro. That's all I mean, man. The next one. Fuck, bro. You lost a great.
Well, that's the podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us, review us, all that good stuff.
Don't get at me, dog. And get at us, dog.